I think most people would say he's one of the most horrible people to play against.
He hits me so hard. I'm on my hands and knees on the floor, like wheezing, like couldn't breathe.
So they had to tear gas the bus. To knock him out, to drag him out of the bus. This is Hits Different Ultimate 15 Special Edition with the legend that is Mike Brown. 72 caps for England, over 500 top first-class professional games of rugby union. He's played with and against some of the greatest players in the world, and he's going to pick his 15. Brownie.
Right, we start with one. Obviously, I've played with Marla. Good mate, most of the time. Yeah. When he's not acting like a... Can we swear on this?
Yeah, you can say
Yeah,
we encourage it.
Yeah, so obviously Marla's top of the list, but obviously I've played against Tony Woodcock as well, so he was my against sort of option. Yeah. Who was obviously world-class World Cup winner, scored in the final. Yeah. Same name as my father-in-law, so I had to drop him in there.
Good,
Had to drop in there. But
and your
Marla,
father-in-law played a bit of football?
Yeah, played for Nottingham Forest in England and
legend.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
So 2 European Cups with Nottingham Forest under Brian Clough. So
time.
yeah. Anyway,
Sorry.
so
Should we
Marla.
go for Woodcock or Marlo? This is your decision. This is
your team, mate.
Marlo's not watching, by the way. Don't worry about that.
Well, Marla hasn't won a World Cup, has he? So
Right.
Tony Woodcock's in. He's in. Fine.
hooker. Right. So again, played with Montoya at Leicester. He is unbelievable, like an absolute beast. Like I reckon, in terms of hookers, in terms of work rate, his physicality, week on week, I think he's the best. So
horrible bit of kit to play.
Like,
against.
over the
Kit's
ball,
tough,
his carries, like he's tough,
Yeah.
like, smashes people.
Loves it as well,
He's angry and
Do you actually think now,
competitive.
when you look at that Leicester pack at the moment, if he's not in, I feel like you've got a good chance.
He's one of our main
He's
carriers.
that person.
He's one of our main breakdown threats in terms of turning the ball over. I don't think I've seen a hooker up in the flesh like I have with him do the stuff he does, like both sides of the ball. So, but I also had Kevin Mialamo. But I'm going to go Julian because he's a great bloke and I love the way he plays.
Yeah.
So he's my hooker. Tight end. It has to be Coley, doesn't it? Like what he's done. Yeah.
Just feel like it has to be.
It just has to be. Played with Leicester, England, what he's done in his career. He's a great bloke.
How he's still going is mad, isn't it?
More longevity as well.
Yeah, longevity,
One for the
which
old
I
boys.
obviously appreciate. I just love his personality, the way he's so dry and he's just, he cracks me up. Just the way he bumbles around and love him. So he's in there. But I did have Castro on the other side that I played against. Great character.
That'd add a lot to the end of the season, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well,
Really would. Like,
great character,
in that sort of way.
Quick story on Castro. I was in Vegas one year, dancing on a table, fell over, right, backwards, landing on someone else's table, a little bit like this, champagne bottles, everything everywhere. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to get filled in here, right? Had no idea whose table it was. This guy leant over, picked me up like this, put me on his knee, Martin Castrogiovanni, with all his mates, and he was like, come here mate, poured me a glass of champagne and sat me on my knee whilst feeding me champagne. So yeah, I agree with him.
Ditch Coley.
Castro, oh yeah, sorry
Cole is gone.
I love you, but these two,
Castro's gone.
they've swayed me. Right,
He's taking over his team now.
Yeah,
Sorry, Browny.
second rows, I don't know the difference between 4 and 5 really, say student game. I clearly not. So I don't know if you guys know the difference.
Have you got a caller and a big guy?
Your tight head lock's your big fella usually, isn't he?
My point
Number
is,
4.
I'll list you a load of second rows, and this is so hard to pick. Ebenet Sabeth, Matt Field, Retallick, O'Connell, Backy's Bofa, Whitelock.
Just good second rows is what we're doing here.
Good crop.
Cruz, Itoji, Courtney Laws. I mean, so I was struggling a bit here, but I'm going to go with Courtney.
Nice.
Because I rooted with England. He's an unbelievable player. What he's done with England, over both sides of the ball, carries, hits, the jackal for it.
Lions captain this.
Yeah, you never know.
Not a bad shout.
We've talked before about Courtney Laws as a roommate, right?
Yeah.
Can you just explain, because I've explained to people before when they say he was allowed to order whatever he wanted on the menu, wasn't he, on the room service menu, because he couldn't keep weight on, could he? So what was it like room with him when he's got Deliveroos coming left, right and centre?
Yeah. You know, they say opposites attract, and I think that works well with roomies as well. So when I was saying about those environments, I can be quite, I guess, stressed. I'm like, you know, on it a lot of the time, worrier, thinker, plan. He's the opposite. He's so relaxed all the time. Nothing phases him. He also, like Danny said, he was the one player in the England squad that could order any room service he wanted, from the special England room service, which was all the healthy stuff, to the main restaurant room service that we all wanted to order from. And being a roommate, I'd get him to order stuff for me while he was ordering stuff for himself. Yeah, and he would, and you just go up, sit up there, and you can just chill. He's so relaxed. He'd be gaming all day, wouldn't he? Between sessions in a dark room, just chilled out. You go up there, he'd be like, "Yeah, just chill, man. Don't worry about it."
He'd have like 2 or 3 laptops up, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
like
the laptop,
gaming,
TV on,
one
gaming.
Netflix, one for.
But then he'd also go to that M&S down the road, wouldn't he? And order loads of snacks as well. So if you ever need a pick-me-up in that high-stress environment, you just go and see him. So it was great for me to room with him, and he's a great bloke as well, as Danny would say. But so yeah, I'll get him in there, and then I think so. And he could line-up call as well, couldn't he?
He could call.
Yeah, so he can be the line-up caller. And then looking at the rest on the list, I'm going to go with Bakkies Botha. Only because my first England cap was against South Africa over there, and it was the team for South Africa that went on to win the World Cup the year after, so they were unbelievable. But my first carry in an England shirt at international level, I was thinking I was a bit of the man. I'd been hitting this kind of neg line, which is the line on the other side, going against the grain of play, off 9 all season, off Gummersall actually, because he was kind of ahead of you at that point, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. And he was playing, right? So I thought, right, I'm going to hit this line. He's been making breaks all season off the back of his, you know, running off him. Hit this line, thought, right, I'm through it. This is easy. He hits me so hard. I'm on my hands and knees on the floor, like wheezing, like couldn't breathe, like trying to be sick, like, and it was just welcome to Test Rugby. This is what it's about. So I'll never forget that. And he's obviously a machine as well. You need that enforcer, don't you? So
that is a hell of a second.
Looks good. Looks like
he's horrible.
I think most people would say he's one of the most horrible people to play against.
Grabbing all sorts of rucks and no. So yeah,
it's a good tight 5 that, bro.
Yeah, it's not
played
bad.
out.
So 6 again. Thierry Dusautoir, Steph de Toit, Schaltberger, Mo Fasavalu. I mean, who are you picking out of those 4?
I can only give you one, I'm afraid. It's the ultimate 15, not 57. So
can just pick good players in the position. You've got to pick one of these.
Pick your 6.
I'm going to go Mo Fasavalu because of the impact he had on us in 2012 when we won the Premiership. He was that nasty ball carrying guy. I love rugby league as well, and he came over from there. So dual code. He played for England and for England rugby league as well. So yeah, I'm going to pick him.
He was good for your team, wasn't he? He was a good balance, like sort of changed your team, going from like skillful and nice, not nice, but like skillful and it's like abrasive.
People were genuinely scared of him. Like we played Munster one year, never forget. And he made it a personal vendetta against Ronan O'Gara, didn't he? To like murder him. He ran over him about 4 times, smoked him 4 or 5 times.
And he was calling him out on every set piece.
Yeah,
well. Literally looking at him going, I've got you.
Poor Ronan.
Yeah, but he's a great bloke as well off the field. Like, do you remember that after that Munster game we had a court session that Minty was like running as the
Nick Easter,
Nick Easter as the judge, and Mo rocked up in this like flowery Hawaiian sort of shirt. And Minty goes, "Oh, nice shirt, mate." It's like we're not in fancy dress, and he just went, "What did you say?" Like dead serious.
One of those.
I thought
been taken wrong.
I thought he was going to deck him.
Like Nick Easter.
Nick Easter would never melt. He absolutely.
In a court session, he would own the room, and
he melted, didn't he?
Yeah, and he went, "Oh, not fancy dress, mate." And Mo was like, he turned to him and went, "My wife bought me this shirt." And everyone was like, "Yeah, good shirt, mate. Like, really nice.
Lovely shirt.
Where did you get it from?"
Yeah, lovely Hawaiian
He
shirt.
literally melted. He literally melted right in front of everyone, and it was it was class. So he's a great bloke. And then 7, Richie McCaw. It's like he's the GOAT, and honourable mention to Rob Shaw, captain for England and Quins. So give him a mention, but Richie McCaw is the GOAT, and so put him in there at 7. 8, I had Parise, Kieran Reid, and Billy V for Napola. I thought Billy V had a massive impact on us as an England team. He carried us a lot in terms of his carries and things like that.
He was at his best then as well. Like you were probably in that team when he was.
He was on in his pomp, wasn't he?
People couldn't tackle him. It would take 2 or 3 people to try and get him down. And he'd throw offloads. He changed the way we attacked a bit, didn't he? Yeah, he was class. Now counting his cash in France. Well done, Bill.
Well done, Bill. Right,
not bad for an end of season social as well. Gets carried away, so
enjoys himself.
So but he didn't back then, did he?
No, he didn't. Didn't used to.
That's the thing.
Just as and when he.
It takes 2 taser shots to bring you down.
It does.
What a boy! I mean,
so the papers report.
For me. Yeah. So great.
And laugh at while you get tasered.
He's in.
Yeah,
it's class, isn't it?
And now the big.
Yeah, that's done. Got out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, come on in the back. Here we go.
Well, we're starting at 9. As I mentioned earlier, you find a couple of players in your career that you can really work off, and if it's a team I want to play in and look good, the amount of things you've made me look good doing, scoring tries.
You do owe me a lot, Brad, I'll be honest.
But then I've got Dupont.
Yeah, no, that'll work as well. No, you probably look good off him. Don't worry.
You look very good.
I think you do all right off him.
So we played against him, didn't we? When before he was Dupont, the best player ever to have played rugby. We played it. Cass, when he was 18, and doing our analysis and talking about who we're going to play against. His name came up. This young kid, he's making waves in France. I'm like, whatever. It was horrible weather, horrible pitch, wasn't it? So we're like, whatever, it'll be fine. He's 18. What's he going to do to us? Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, how good.
Breaking breaks. I think he scored, didn't he?
Yeah, Robbo before the game, we're like, look at the 9 guys.
Yeah, we'll get him.
Let's get stuck into him. Right, and I'll be honest, he didn't look great in the warm.
Yeah, he was a little weedy thing, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then he scored a try. He sat down Robbo, I think, handed off.
Yeah, I think he charged me down and scored another try. Yeah.
And then Robbo behind the post went, pretty decent this night.
9's all right.
Bear in mind, the pitch. The pitch was a bog as well. Do you remember? It was a bog. It was awful weather, and he was just carving up when he was 18. So, I'm going to go Dupont.
He'd work in this team.
You can be on the bench if you want.
Yeah, fine. Who's 10, mate?
10. Again, there's only one for me. Dan Carter. To go at 10, and
I'd work 9 and 10 would work together. Yeah,
that would be a good 9 and 10.
Yeah, that would be good. He could run so quick, beat players.
He was strong as anything as well, wasn't he?
His handoff was vicious, wasn't it?
Game. So he's obviously done what he's done in his career. So
centres, mate.
Centres. So at 12, I've got Manu, or Nonu, or Sonny Bill.
Right, so you've done that thing again where you just pick 3 brilliant players Okay, so see a trend.
Let's pick the bones out of that, mate.
What do you want your team doing? That's
so
the
Nonu,
question, isn't it?
The reason Nonu is on there, because it's Nonu, but having played against and experienced it, the amount of tries he scored in the teams that I was playing against him in, line breaks, and then the way he adapted and evolved his game, I reckon, from a ball carrier to then the passing ability he had. For me, I think is a great, example of how you could be at the top, but then keep evolving and developing your game. But then Manu, he's untouchable when he was in his pomp, but I think I'll go with Nonu because also he had the longevity, whereas Manu, a lot of injuries.
Chief's too strong for himself, isn't he?
Yeah, so many
big
injuries.
and fast.
Powerful.
Those years when he was just, I don't think people would understand how fast and strong he was as well. Manu, I don't think you can see it on TV just how
he was just he was unplayable on his day. His point of difference was so far beyond anyone else. It's ridiculous.
But you're not picking him.
No, because of the durability and the longevity that Manu showed,
good
and the way he's adapted his game, I can really respect.
And also, we've got a few rogue characters. Manu would be another. There wouldn't be enough tasers left. That's the problem. For the night out, imagine trying to contain the chief if he decides to go as well.
Fassivalu.
Yeah, you can't have them all together.
There you go.
Billy V, what are you going to do? Like,
that's probably, do you know, we need to bring Coley back in instead of Castro this stage, don't we?
I'm sure there was an old
Castro will be leading them.
There's an old story about, I think it was Alessandro, or it might have been Henry, that there was a Leicester social and they all got on the bus and they got back to Leicester after the game and he wouldn't get off the bus. And they're like, you have to get off the bus, Bushard's got to go. He's like, I'm not leaving the bus. So they had to tear gas the bus to knock him out, to drag him out of the bus. Like there was two Aggies, mate. They literally built different. Yeah. Remember that video? There's video of them when they hated Nick Abendanon. And they went to Nick Abendanon in that game.
Oh my God.
Really went after it.
Have a look at that on YouTube. It's incredible.
We were saying about Manu was like the physical specimen. He got bullied by the Henry and Alessandro. It's like, crazy. Can you imagine? Moving on to 13, I've gone with Conrad Smith because of his partnership with Manu. Like those two together were like unbelievable when we played against them. 2013 on that tour, they ripped us to shreds. The way they worked together, complemented each other.
I think that is where you see that partnership piece.
Yeah.
Probably for too long that's not been worked on. I don't think. I think people have tried to hit, miss, sort of pick players, try and get it to work. That was a partnership, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's another player. He was saying the other day he never got picked up young.
Yeah.
Waited. Only later on got his opportunity. Then got a real quick opportunity to play for the All Blacks. Whereas Browny talked about earlier, when the other show you're going to see is took his opportunity. So he was ready for his opportunity, took it, and then one of the greatest double World Cup winners. Incredible.
He's in for that. He's in.
Wingers, Browny.
Right, wingers. So I've got on the left wing Habana. Honourable mention to Jack Noel though, because if I was picking the best, the best back three I've played in, he would be in there. Yeah. The way he played the game, not the quickest, but unbelievably strong, great at beating players. I love the way he gets involved all over the field. Being get picked.
Sorry, Jack. He's actually a big friend of the show.
It's the speed. Like when I got my first cap, I kind of thought, oh, I can't be that quick. It'd be all right. He was so quick. He was like sprinter quick. Yeah. Like he was just the way he would chase kicks, like phenomenal. That's why he got so many intercepts as well. So yeah, he'd be in there as my speed merchant at 11, and then 14, I've gone for Alessandro Tuilagi.
Wow, this is a team.
That's different as well. That isn't it?
Yeah,
we've not heard that name.
Different speed, isn't it?
Power.
He's skillful as well as Alessandro, wasn't he? He had a bit of everything.
A bit nasty as well.
Yeah. I'd be scared to play against this team. Yeah. I mean, I was scared to play against most teams. I was still scared to play against any team. But this team.
Yeah, and just the horrible experience he gave me as a 15.
Yeah.
Putting him in there. So, yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, and then the most important position, Browning, the fullback.
Yeah. Again, I've got a good list here. Do you mind if I go through that?
Please do. List away. List away.
Right, so I've got Falau, Ben Smith, Dag, Willie LaRue. Do you know what? I'm gonna go Izzy Dag.
Izzy Dag.
I'm gonna go Izzy Dag because he's a great bloke as well. Yeah. He'd be good at on a night out.
He had some good battles with him.
Yeah, had some good battles with him. Yeah.
Mate, Brownie, that is an unbelievable team. Yeah. So from 1 to 15, Woodcock, Montoya.
That's how the Argies say it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Montoya. Nice Todger.
Montoya. He'd like that, wouldn't he? My Todger.
Nice Todger, Jimmy. Yeah. No. Woodcock, Montoya. Woodcock.
He'd hate that as well. Like, he's a very serious lad. He would hate that.
Okay. 1 to 15, Woodcock, Montoya. You went Coley in the end or Castro?
We ditched Coley.
Sorry, Coley.
Yeah, sorry,
Castro Giovanni, Courtney Laws, Baki Spota, Mofar Savalu, Richie McCaw, captain.
Yeah.
Did all right, didn't he? Billy Vunipola, Antoine Dupont, Dan Carter, Brian Abana, Nanu, Conrad Smith, Alessandro Tuilagi, Israel Dag. Brownie, you've played against some unbelievable players. That is your ultimate 15.